Dallas
mean?
Cowboys, America's team.
Woo! What's going on, my friend? How you doing? How's everything?
I'm doing good. I'm doing well.
Are you sure?
I'm 100%.
I haven't heard from you this week, my friend. You've been under the radar, flying under the radar.
Yeah, I mean, I was
Hey,
a little disappointed in my
say it with your chest. Say it with your chest, B. Kind of quiet.
My chest.
Yeah, say it with your chest. You're kind of fumbling over there. Man up, B. Talk to me. Talk to your boy, man. What's going on? You okay?
What are you wearing? What is that? You have a scarf. You got like the crooked ass. You know what? Never mind. Enjoy
My
it.
future's so bright, I gotta wear shades, B. Yeah, I mean.
For those who don't know, Will Durrell Lazard.
Calling names.
First place. He's first place in the Sanchez glory hole.
Hold on, they didn't hear you. Say that again.
I said it, and we're not saying it again. But
well, I would have said it again.
We haven't run into the freight train that is old Daddy-O.
Daddy-O.
People out there.
Yourself, Daddy.
We have a $100 bet on our matchup. Do we not? Confirm?
I thought you said 100.
100.
Yeah, but
matchup, do we not? Confirm?
That is confirmed, sir. I thought you said 100.
Why is there an echo in your room?
There isn't now. You know what I mean?
Classic. I'm just surprised the volume button's working.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you what right now. I'm gonna do this right now. Not even for you.
Just your thing. Just get it out.
It's not fair for me to hide the baby Browns to everybody out there. You know what I mean? So hold on a second. Hey. You know what I mean? What's going on, everybody? Hey, great week of football, man. Round of applause for week 3. Round of applause for week 3. I mean, great day in the NFL. A lot of stunning games. A lot of games going down the wire. A lot of surprises.
By the way, thanks to everyone who tuned in to my first episode of the Jimmy G Show. We will not be continuing said show moving forward. It was a one-time affair.
Hold on.
We're going back to the Trey Lance Power Hour. That's what we're going to be doing moving forward. Week 12, baby. Week 12.
Yo, hold up. You pulled the show after 1 week? Is it suffice to say that you pulled your
actual issues? There was some legal things in the background. You just kind of above your pay grade. You wouldn't understand, but anyways, Alistair knows. Alistair, Susie, Gurinder, Sam. They know why we've discontinued the show.
I think every single one of them called me crying this week online. Susie started. Alistair's always there. Grinder I didn't hear from because he's probably at home crying next to you, holding you both to sleep at night. But I'm going to say there was noise made. There's some ruffling going on in 49er country right now. I'll say that as a factual statement. There are problems going on in the home of the San Francisco 49ers right now.
You know what? Let's just get into it. Let's recap the week.
You know what? Let's do that, B. Let's do that. Guys, let's start with the first game here, okay? Okay, a surprise game. By the way, I don't know where Blade is. Blade's been bothering me all week too. Surprise with the Steelers and the Browns, or is it a surprise?
That wasn't a surprise to me.
I don't think so either. I don't think the Steelers.
I had the Browns to cover the spread. I had them in a couple teaser bets.
Yeah.
I just think they're a better team. I don't like Trubisky. I think that the only way that team.
Yeah.
I mean, again, there's going to be a steep learning curve, but I think Pickett needs to be the guy, and I don't know.
And I think the Steeler fans want Pickett. I mean, they were loving him.
They've already started. Yeah. They're 1-2 now. They should be 0-3. Like that first week against Cincinnati, that game was gifted to them. So,
but those things are going to happen, right? I mean, that's not the only team that's going to make noise this week. I'm pretty sure there's a team in the Bay Area that's going to make a lot of noise about their quarterback this week. We'll get to that in a minute. But I think it's suffice to say that they were liking Pickens in the preseason. They want to move ahead, and I don't think they believed in Trubisky to believe.
I think it just boiled down to Trubisky is a 4-year veteran. He's a little bit more seasoned, a little bit more poised, or at least so they thought. But now it's clear. It's like he just is. He's not the guy that's going to do anything. I
think that's factual. I think we can say that.
He's like a whiter version of Dak Prescott. It's just it's not really.
I don't know why I have no idea. I have no idea right now why you're that name.
Thank God Cooper Rush is running your team now. That's all I'm going to say.
How about you say this? Worry about your team, right?
Don't worry, I am.
Your team. Don't worry about my team's doing all right. My team's doing all right by me, baby. They're doing all right by me. You know what I mean?
They are the Dallas Cowboys, America's team.
In case you didn't know. In case
I
no
can't
one
say
told
nothing because whatever. I knew this was coming. I couldn't run.
You know what was coming. I'm gonna sit
The
here.
only reason I even agreed to do this today is because it's that time of the week. What day is it today?
It's hump day.
Which is also known as
Wednesday.
Which is also known as
payday. Oh no. Oh, he didn't do it. He didn't do it. He didn't do that in the street. Ladies and gentlemen, okay. Here's where we're testing the limits of social media.
I just said.
Here's
my boy Jesse Wills.
Tell
my boy Mo Samurai.
No, don't put this. Don't put
Tecmo Bo.
Do not put this on me. Tell the people what that meant just now, because I can't listen. I'll even get thrown off. Tell them what that means. Tell them what that means.
You know what it means.
No, you know what it means. Tell the people what it means.
It's a Wednesday, and we're having some watermelon. Because
he has determined that Wednesdays are watermelon Wednesdays, and you see what he just did? He brought a watermelon on the set. He came with a prop today. I send all your letters, right?
I don't understand
this D. Sanchez bullshit.
Okay,
Scott
tell
Walker,
me right now, in your heart of hearts, do you not like watermelon?
New Westminster, BC.
Do you not like watermelon?
Listen, you know what? You know what? Wow.
I gotta chop this baby up on the air.
We're going right back. We're going right back to the game.
Major triangle action here.
We're going right back to the game.
Shit about football this week. I'll tell you that much.
So you're just going. So you're going to invite racism and everything else, sexism.
Why does it have to be racist? Why can't I celebrate my favorite fruit?
I
don't understand.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
People, you better hope you don't go up on Friday. You better hope you don't go up on Friday. Our second game this week of note, the Bills and Dolphins. Now, there were 2 games this week, maybe 3, where I felt the teams did everything they could to give away that game, and Buffalo did that in this game. Couldn't close the coffin. I'm not sure if I believe Miami's as good as their record. Shout out to Amir, who literally was crying that I was a jinx and called the hit squad to come over to my house and look for me until they won again. Then he got happy again. Then he posted, whatever. You know the hypocrites out there.
It's early in the season. I don't think that loss takes away from what Buffalo is, and they're like one of the top 2 or 3 teams in the league. They're Super Bowl.
They're going to get tested again this week, though.
The thing about this last week versus the first 2 is the injury bug. Like the amount of defensive starters that they lost.
I think they were down 4 or 5 starters, so it's hard to say that was a team.
The fact that they were still able to hold Miami and that offense to 21 points, pretty incredible. So I came
up with a slogan for Miami. Throw the ball in the air a long way and good things will happen. Let's talk about something nobody's talking about in that game, though. Tua should not only have been carted off the field, I don't even think you should look at a football for 4 weeks. We saw something in that game that the NFL has been fighting for the last 10 years that I think in my mind should not have taken place. Tua got hit. His head hit the ground. He got up. He stumbled.
He clearly had a concussion.
And then fell down after.
Like he had a concussion. He was all sorts of fucking strange. But
is that old school football or is that old school mentality?
Not with the new concussion protocols. Like, I mean,
exactly.
But my big thing is this happens 3 days ago. I haven't been watching anything today. I was busy with some other stuff. Have they addressed it? Have they said there's anything?
I haven't heard a word, but anybody watching that game, as I was last week and saw that happen in real time, it was scary. It was scary because
I mean, whatever. He got his bell wrong. I wouldn't call it scary. Like, come on. He fucking.
Okay, the thing that was scary about it was he shut it off
but
and then fell down.
The problem to me was the fact that he appeared right away in the second half. Like, he got hit. He's all fucking banged up. Whatever, man. But as soon as he comes back in the game, it's like, I mean, you got doctors, you got these independent neurologists, you got all sorts of safeguards to make sure that someone who made the
compliment. But it was still iffy to me. It was still iffy to me.
It was 100% iffy. He should not have been in the game. Like, anyone who's had a concussion knows, like, that shit doesn't get smelling salted away. Like, that's.
Well, hold on a second. You say that. Anybody that's had a concussion would know. Suggesting what? You've had a concussion from what? breathing too hard, but walking into a
Why you gotta be that guy?
no, because you're late in the ass, B. I love you to death, but you're late in the ass. I can't see you can get a concussion from anything except maybe eating too much watermelon too fast.
I wish you were here right now. I'd fucking strangle you. I'd strangle you right now.
Calm down, MMA.
If I could get my arms around that big fat diabetic face.
Fair enough. Name calling. Okay, so we're bringing that in. We're bringing that in.
I'm serious. I take offense to the fact that like someone who grew up playing hockey and football, and you're saying that I'd never had concussion. Like I know exactly what.
I grew up doing both as well, but nobody believes you did. Nobody believes you did. Nobody believes you have a sense of being athletic either, especially considering.
How is the guy who weighs 300 pounds and has cholesterol coursing through his veins?
First of all, who are you
trying to judge the guy?
Who are you talking about right now? Who are you talking about right now? You're talking to a person that has baby browns all up. Sorry, ladies, that has baby browns all up in your grill piece, right? And it's back in the gymnasium. Let's not talk about it.
Can we just?
By the way, shout out to my girl. Be quiet. Shout out to my girl.
For a second. Seriously, calm down with your baby browns and your glasses.
Great. Hey, shout out to my girl, Wanda Martin.
I don't give a shit about your girl. No. Hey, dude. Hey, Fatso. We're not fucking talking about that right now.
First of all, we got an angry 49er this week. The name calling.
No, because I was actually trying to bring up something serious here. I was talking about concussions.
I have too much. Just for the record.
Okay, just for the record, I don't give a shit. I'm talking about concussions right now. So
yes,
again,
sir.
As someone who's actually had multiple concussions,
yes, sir.
When you see that what happened to Tua, and you see what's going on in the league with people trying to take it seriously, that was the off-putting part. That's the thing where I don't think that there is the same emphasis depending on the player. If it's a punter, if it's a second-string running back, if it's a guy that looks like Daryl, okay, let him go to the fucking dark room. Doesn't matter because they're replaceable. They're interchangeable.
Wow.
Tua, they needed Tua in that game because, I mean, quite frankly, is Teddy Bridgewater still the backup in Miami?
Yeah.
So. But they don't trust that in the game against Buffalo. They knew how big that game was. They knew they had a chance to win. And so they pushed Tua back in and they rushed it. And if he plays again this week, that quickly after having that, I mean,
it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. And for me, after settling like a $10 billion class action lawsuit against concussions, that's not a good look. But him falling down and getting up like that is not a good look. And I don't know. I don't know. Listen, I think they're not talking about it for a reason. I think the reason they're not talking about it is if they open their mouth about it right now, it makes it
again. They're not going to be able to run from it forever because there's too many people asking questions, and the NFL has already come out and said that they're investigating it. So we'll see. And this has ramifications for. I mean, Buffalo or Miami's undefeated. Off the top of my head, I don't know who they're playing this week. I think are they in?
It's Baltimore.
They're playing Baltimore?
Yeah, we're gonna get to it later in the week, guys, because we were just clearing up last week. But that's a big game this week. Another game that had ramifications, I think, on a team. We didn't want to say it early, but there were kind of a few must-win games for a few teams, like really must-win games. And one of them was Cincinnati, and they bounced back and won this week. Now, Burrows did look good, like for the first time maybe this year, but they're playing a weak team. But at the same time, too. You don't really want to lose that game, do you?
No, you can't lose that game. But we'll see moving forward. I mean, again, if they lose this week and they're sitting there 1-3, it's kind of right back into that same situation. So they need to string a few wins together. They need to get back to 500, over 500, to kind of prove that they don't have that Super Bowl hangover.
Absolutely.
I still believe in Burrow. I believe in Chase. I think they got one of the most dynamic offenses in football. So I think they'll be fine. But again, who are they playing this week? Is it someone that could pose a real problem? Is it a divisional game? Who knows?
Is that
why you got problems with the alerts now?
You have to believe you're a champion, like you can do it.
Oh, wow. Daryl's hurting again. He's sad. He's jealous. I'll tell you what. Once you pay off your debt, I'll change the alert.
Made a payment
sometime in 2026.
You made a payment this week. The next team that I think
you made a payment this week? Let's wind it back because I know people have been asking.
Well, last week
started the year $440 in the hole. What are you at right now? What are you at right now? What are you at right now?
440.
Oh, so you're like, how? I don't know how your jungle math works, but how is it you made a payment and you're still at the same number?
I'm at 390.
No, you're not at 390. You're 440.
390.
It's called Debo. The $100 Debo bet. The guy fucking can't get out of his own way. Your guru makes the worst bets on the planet Earth. And that's how I pay my phone bill every month. Because this guy sends the installments. I swear, if you spent as much time on your gambling as you do on your fucking fried chicken spread, you'd probably be a little bit, well, you'd be definitely thinner. I just want to know, when's the next installment coming?
This week. Can I ask you a question? Okay. Can we get rid of something right now? Number one, I have too much self-esteem for you to fat shame me. That's not going to happen. And number two, how about you just stop fat shaming? Don't we have an anti-bullying campaign?
No, I don't give a shit. You look gross.
It's completely not true. This, getting back to the games, another team that I think gave away their game this week when they had it. Guys, if you're going to build a coffin, hammer it closed, and it made another person that we know close to the show very happy. I think the Lions gave one away and let the Vikings back in. The Vikings were kind
of Ryan Weeks.
Yeah, and he called. Listen, I talked to him right after the game. He didn't want to hear that conversation. What's up, guys? For 20 minutes, like it was too much. But Vikings kind of were in a must-win as well, and they pulled it out. But I think the Lions gave it away. I think we said it last week. The Lions are a much better team than I think they're playing or they are on paper. They would have proved it if they won that game, but they just let it get away.
Yeah, they needed that one to kind of take that next step. Now is it the same old Lions? I don't think they are. I think they're actually turning the corner, but I'm more concerned about Minnesota.
Yeah.
Alvin Cook's hurt again.
That was a big thing that Ryan mentioned too.
Justin Jefferson was fucking...
He's banged up.
He's not banged up. He's just, where is he? He's not getting, like, look at his stat line. Like, after week one, it was like, easily one of the top guys.
Is it time to start putting the panic button on players right now that aren't getting the ball? And the Devontae Adams, the Justin Jeffersons, Jamar Chases. Well, Jamar Chase is balling out.
It's too early. It's too early for that.
That's what I say too.
Guys like Jefferson, guys like Devontae, they're still going to get their looks.
Yeah.
Sure. So, you fantasy football people out there that have invested that high draft capital on those guys, don't worry. Keep starting them.
Yeah. Power through it.
Now, again, if you drafted like a Josh Allen or a Stephon Diggs, wait for that clock to strike midnight because that pumpkin is coming quick.
First place, baby. That pumpkin's never hatching. One of the games of the week this week, very good game, very bad injury at the end of the week. At the end of the game, I should say, Ravens and the Patriots. Can I ask you a question about Mac Jones? Is he maybe I hate this term, but is he maybe the best game manager in football like now? Because I think he doesn't do anything spectacular. He doesn't really do anything wrong. He just does it.
Well, I think he's a victim of the players around him. I mean,
yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Kendrick Bourne, Jacoby Myers,
Devontae Parker is a baller, but he doesn't get the baller.
Yeah, he was a baller.
Yeah,
5-6 years ago. Like, there's nothing intimidating or inspiring about that wide receiver room. You know what I mean? Like, he's got to have. Like, the top quarterbacks have those top targets, and that's
Absolutely.
what helps. They work together. Unless you're a guy like Aaron Rodgers, who doesn't matter who you got, you just make it work. But Mac Jones, I mean, they drafted that Tyquan Thornton kid. He got hurt in preseason. He was supposed to be like their fucking over the top speed guy,
taking down the field, open up the field,
but he's not there. So now they're going back to their bread and butter. They're just feeding Stevenson and Harris, and they're doing that run first thing. So yeah, he's kind of in that game manager zone. But I don't even think he's one of the better game managers. Like, look at his stats.
But that's what I mean. Like, he's so bland, you can't even look at him and say, I don't like him or I like him. Like, there's just
You're
nothing
the same
there.
guy, though, that was giving me a hard time saying the Niners should have drafted Mac Jones, and he messed up. And that's why we've got the Trey Lance Power Hour coming soon.
The coming soon to a theater near you next year? Okay.
Next month.
Why does it always come back to the 49ers? We're talking about another team now. Come on.
Hey,
Let's
we're
relax.
talking about Trey Lance.
Let's relax. A game, probably the third game where I thought, like, I watched this game as well, and I couldn't believe that the Chiefs did everything to give this game away. They had no business losing this game, but they lose a close one.
I think this is going to be one of those things though for that team. It's going to be a good thing in the long run. I think they got a little piece of that humble pie, and I think that they just walked in there thinking, "Oh, the Colts suck. We're going to hand it to them."
Yeah.
And right from the get-go, it was like, Indy played tough. They're not nearly as bad as their record after 2 games indicated. But even then, like, you miss a fucking field goal that you should make. You do that fake field goal nonsense. Like, that was the one that I didn't like. I'm a big proponent of, like, when you're on the road, you take the points. First quarter, second quarter, third, doesn't matter. Take the points when you have them. Don't try and get frisky.
Right.
Because at that point, they kick a field goal. They go up by 7. Then they get the ball back. They miss the 34-yarder. They could have gone up 7 again. And then on top of that, Kelsey drops a touchdown. Like, that was the killer.
They lose by 3. They had the game won, right? They could have put it out. They could have put it away. And is it a bad sign that Mahomes, is it just football? Are we reading too much in it? Is it a bad sign that he's fighting with his offensive coordinator in the game?
No. That stuff happens all the time, man. Like, that's just a disagreement.
It's just football. Just football.
So, they'll be fine. That's my bounce back candidate. I don't know who Kansas City's playing. I don't know where they're playing. I don't know what the point spread is. I don't know the weather. They are going to win their game this week.
And okay, next game. 2 teams have no idea where they really fit and where they're really going. None, because it was the Packers and the Bucks. Now,
that was an ugly game.
But I personally believe the Bucks are garbage right now. Wait a minute, right now. They have a lot of injuries out, and right now I think they're garbage. I just think they're not impressing me with anything. Their defense is keeping them in games and giving them a chance. They are not moving that ball on offense.
You can't call them garbage because that defense is elite.
Well, have you ever seen Tom Brady cry like he's crying right now? You've never seen him cry like this, ever. But he's screaming.
That guy cries all the time. He's always throwing fits, man.
Yeah, not like this. Not like this. Even my base brother out by you called me during the game laughing because he said he never saw Brady like this. Brady is uncomfortable with that offense right now.
Yeah, I don't think it has anything to do with his offense. I think Giselle. I think there's some shit at home that needs to be fucking balanced out.
Here at Brothers Talk Ball, we don't talk people's business in the street. Is this a sign, though, that Aaron Rodgers is back to Aaron Rodgers form and he's going to turn it around and make it happen?
He didn't look that good either, man.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
There was multiple times
as well. Yeah.
So I think that Aaron Rodgers was just a victim of that elite Tampa Bay defense. Tom Brady was a victim of the fact that he's got no wideouts. He's throwing to Perriman, Gage, Beasley, like
me, you down the street. Yeah.
So Mike Evans, he got that one game because he got angry. He'll be back. Pretty sure Godwin's going to play this. Once all those guys come back, you still got fucking Lenny.
It'll change some things.
They're fine.
So, and they're already talking about bringing Gronk back, so we'll see.
No, they're not bringing him back.
I don't think so either. The Bears and Cardinals. The Rams and Cardinals. The Rams bounce back. Is it time to relook at Kyler Murray? Or were we not looking at because I don't know. He's looked really bad in his last maybe 5 games. I don't know.
Well, I mean, he did what he did in that Raiders game. Did enough to get them to win. I mean, I don't know. I think the Cardinals, this is, again, a situation. It's too early to just write people off. But it's concerning. I mean, I think he misses D-Hop. I don't think that running game is where it needs to be. Connor, is he hurt? Is he healthy? You know, who's playing behind him? Williams, Benjamin? I don't know.
Yeah, same thing. Texans and Bears. Texans gave that game away again. Interception.
Nobody cares about that game.
That's what I'm saying. It was one of those, and let's follow that up with the Falcons and Seahawks.
That was a good game, though.
It actually turned out to be a good game.
The Falcons and the Seahawks might have been one of the better games of the week. Like, that was actually entertaining.
And to our boy Scuba, contributor to the show, he would have lost everything in his mind because all he's talking about this year is tanking and getting the first pick next year. And had they won, I think he would have lost his mind this week. He's very happy. All he wants is Seahawks losses. And that shows you the heart of a Seahawks fan. That's all that does. Shows you where they really live. Let's lose and let's tank and let's get it next
They
year.
are a pretty shitty fan base.
Facts.
Almost as bad as those fucking, what are they? America's team? Dem something.
They are the Dallas Cowboys.
Let's get to the two last
America's
games of the
team.
week, my friends. Let's start off in Denver, where we've seen Russell Wilson, perennial Super Bowl favorite for this year, come and make a miraculous victory in the jaws of defeat against a team that we can all agree is a Super Bowl
Is one of the truly elite just starting out the gate. So
is a Super
that's what
Bowl
we can all agree.
contender.
That's what we're agreeing on.
Is a Super Bowl contender 30 years ago and going nowhere fast. Let's be honest, if we can, for 2 seconds, since you like to get all huffy and puffy. Do you believe in Jimmy G? Honestly.
I think that our defense is going to put him in a position to keep us competitive down the stretch. That's all I'll say. It's going to be just like last year.
Okay,
It's
that
gonna be
was
just
the
like
most-
the year before.
That was the most Trumpian answer you've ever given on this show ever.
He's going to do
That's around
enough to
everything.
keep us competitive because it's all about the defense.
The question was, do you believe in him? That was the question. I didn't ask you about defense.
You got the
I didn't
answer.
ask you
That's the
about-
answer. That's
I
the
didn't ask
answer.
you about the Golden Gate Bridge. I didn't ask you about the colors of the uniform. I asked you a straight up question, man to
I
man.
gave you a straight up answer.
You believe in your quarterback, do you?
If you tuned into the Jimmy G show last week, then you know the answer.
Okay, we're not going to get an honest answer. Let's move on. Let's move on to maybe one of the greatest Monday Night Football games in history, I think.
Wow.
Uh,
I'm concerned about your boy Parsons, though. Where the hell was he?
He was sick. Wait a minute. He was sick.
Oh, you're sick in a stomach ache. Yeah, you're a grown man. Figure it out. Figure it out. Supposed to be a superstar. Michael Jordan did it. Michael Jordan got sick. The flu game. And now, after all that,
Do you do all that in your life? Like just try
Micah
to.
has the exact same amount of sacks as my boy Nick. He has less tackles for a loss, less fucking quarterback.
Different positions. Sorry.
They're the same position.
Your
They're
player
the same
plays
position.
your player plays one position. Micah plays 14. Let's calm down.
Exactly. So 14
Calm down.
positions, and he still can't get a sack.
Swiss Army knife. White boy. Calm down. Okay. Relax.
4 sacks. Nick Bosa is just a better player. He's just a better player. How much? Just admit it. Admit it.
Why don't we do it? Why don't we do it? Why don't we do it?
Say Nick
Why
Bosa
don't we
is
do
a
it?
better
Why don't we
player.
do it? Who's going to finish with more sacks this year? I say Micah Parsons.
I think Nick Bosa is going to have.
I can't even say his name. Nick
everything.
Bugger.
More of everything.
Nick Bugger. Is that his name? I'm going to call him for the rest of the year. Nick Bugger. Okay. I don't believe in Nick
You're gonna
Bugger.
have every statistical category ahead of your boy.
Why are you watching that so hard, B? Is it because you can't watch your own team because you're losing? Got to watch mine because I'm winning? Because the only thing that you want to take solace in this year is my team losing because you know your team is going nowhere. You don't want to talk to me.
By the way, I was happy that your team won. Like I was. I'll admit it. I put some money on the Cowboys on Monday.
Did you win?
Did-
I just want you to say it.
I put some money on the Cowboys. His question is, did you win?
We make magic.
That's the only way that I can get paid when it comes to the Cowboys.
We make magic, baby. I will never take any red cent out of my pocket and put it on the 49ers for any reason. That's disloyal. That's just a waste. Take your money, throw it in the garbage. Why would you do that?
Except when the Niners play the Cowboys in the playoffs, then the
Oh,
money's just
I get it.
rolling
I get
Rolling
it.
it.
I get it. Old shit. So let me ask you a question, sir. What are your takeaways from week 3?
I just can't wait for Trey Lance to come back. That's my takeaway.
With the league in general, okay, we got rid of your team. With the league in general, are there teams that are starting to? Okay, we didn't talk about this game, maybe because I didn't want to block it out. Everybody's talking about Philly being the best team in football right now. Do you believe that to be the case? I will say something though, because I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna
Are you gonna admit the stuff that you said about Jalen Hurts 3 weeks ago? Are you gonna admit it, or are you just gonna tuck tail and run?
Well, okay. I gave him the right, and I gave him the choice to prove me wrong. I am gonna say right now.
That's not what you did, but continue.
I'm gonna say right now, Jalen Hurts is proving me wrong. He's playing at a very, very, very high level. I will say I do believe, I'm not going to hate right now, I believe Philly is one of the best teams in the league on both sides of the ball. But at the same time, I believe I am too.
Okay. And I have nothing else to add to that because
But what are your thoughts on
see. We'll see when you guys play each other. When do the Cowboys and the Eagles play?
Week 6. So what is your, and they're saying Dak is going to probably be back for that game. So my question to you, sir, is do you think Philly's the best team in the league? And what teams do you think are starting to jump out? I don't know if they're, I think it's Philly. I think Philly is, I am going to say the Cowboys are making a shot too, to say that they're legit.
Oh, buddy. Guess who's playing against White Lives Do Not Matter? Week 6. That's a big week for me and you. That is a big week.
Mark it down on your calendar, folks. That's going to be a special podcast. I don't think there's any. I think Buffalo stumbled. I think they should have won that game.
Yeah, honestly, you don't really think that you're one of the elite teams in the league, do you?
Yeah, I do. I'm not joking at all. I think our defense is showing that they're maybe one of the best defenses in the league. Without question.
We go to victory against the Giants.
You
barely beat the Giants, and you're okay.
Can I finish at any point? Don't forget something. I have major injuries on my team that are coming back.
Oh my
right?
God!
Can I? Is there something?
Always the excuses. Always with this, like everyone's got injuries, man.
When did you stop learning how to listen? Because for some reason today,
everybody's got injuries.
Because your team's in the shitter, you don't want to listen to me today. I can't finish a point. I can't get a word in edgewise. I hate it. Can you guys win this week so we can go back to talking, please? Can you just win a game? I mean, come on. Well, no, okay, not this week. You're playing the Rams. The week after, can you just win a game?
Oh, by the way, put some money on San Francisco this week. We're taking out those LA Rams. Like, that's what we do. It's what we do.
We're going to tell you you're going to put money on this week. I can guarantee you that's going to change before the week.
I already put money on them.
Another question. Has everybody slept on Lamar Jackson, and is he showing that he's the MVP right now?
I called that guy nuts. He turned down all that money. He bet on himself, and it's like
did he know something we didn't know?
It's incredible because I'm thinking that at the time, again, there was nothing confirmed. Was it 150 million, 200 million? What was guaranteed? Whatever. But Baltimore ponied up a huge offer.
Yeah, 25 million.
He balked that. He's like, no. And I think part of it is because he wants to explore free agency next year. And
I think I already told you too, the precedent that was set by Deshaun Watson wasn't the money. It was the guarantee of the money. Yeah.
No, and again, I don't think that's precedent setting because I don't think any other team is going to fully guarantee $250 million. I think that contract is just mental. But Lamar seemed to think that he was worthy of the same thing, so that's why he said no. Fast forward 3 weeks, and it's kind of like
it's kind of right, isn't he? He's betting on himself.
If he's an unrestricted free agent and he's got 4 or 5 teams courting him, which will be Baltimore. I mean, looks like Tampa Bay is going to be in the mix.
Looks like you guys are in the mix.
No.
Why not?
No. We have our own Lamar Jackson 2.0.
Sorry, my bad.
We'll get into that at the Trey Lance Power Hour. So there's going to be people that are, and one of them might just be like, fuck, you know what? Let's give them the guaranteed across the board. So who knows? But I will say this. It's a long season.
Yes.
3 games a season does not make. And I think he's going to come down to earth at some point. I think there's going to be, like, look who he's played. You know what I mean? Like, let's see him against the truly elite defenses.
Tell me what you think about Trevor Lawrence making a jump this week. He looked really good. He put up some really good yards. It looks like he's getting it.
Jackson, again, that might be the early dark horse. That team is, it's like there's always one team that comes out of the woodwork, catches everyone off guard. What their defense is doing right now,
yeah,
it's pretty special.
And if they keep running the ball, they're gonna have good things happen over there.
Oh yeah, J-Rob fucking fully healed after that Achilles injury. I thought that last week after the Indy games, okay, you shut out Indy, whatever. What they did to the Chargers, and I mean, granted, Herbert wasn't 100%.
I think that's the case. Herbert not being 100%. But then again, if he is, they still played ball in that game. They still balled out. But again, there's a lot of injuries over there too, right? Missing receivers and yeah, it's going to be an interesting week, kids. We are going to join you going into the weekend to tell you where you should put your money. I'm going to tell you in advance if he says to put your money on Frisco this week, please do not do it. By the way, is the game at home or is it with the Rams?
Who, for San Francisco?
Yes, sir.
It's the Monday Nighter in Santa Clara at home.
Ooh, we're gonna have another interesting Monday night, kids. Another interesting Monday night. We might.
I already put money on San Francisco, -2.
Are you staying home for that game, or are you in the street for it again?
Monday. I don't know where I'm going to be.
Wherever you go, bring your laptop with you, sir. I'm sure the kids will want to see you, but you won't. Well, we both know you won't.
Don't worry. We'll be doing some live hits. I'm more concerned about if you're going to show up because I have a feeling my upset pick of the week, those Washington Commanders, I think they're going to lay the boots to the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, Carson Wentz. You think he has? After you said Carson Wentz, you still you kept talking after you said Carson Wentz?
Hey,
I'll take that bet.
Washington plus 3.5. I'll take that. I like that.
I'll take it too. I'll take it right to the fucking bank.
All right. Should we call that a bet?
We can call that a bet.
How much?
I got 40 on it. Even it up. Makes a big 400.
40. So here's the thing. I don't know why I like.
Hold on. I didn't finish. I'll do 100, right?
No.
Give me 10-1. Who am I? Who am I talking right now? Give me 10-1. Who am I talking? Who am I talking right now? Because I got the underdog, remember? You can give me 10-1. I got the underdog. Who am I talking right now?
You got the underdog? You got the underdog?
No. If I were to, who am I talking making that bet?
I'll give you 10-1 if you take Washington.
My point exactly. Thank you for joining us this week.
What do you mean?
You're telling me you're calling my team out. What I'm done. I'm done.
You're not done because
ladies and gentlemen,
I don't know why we do the betting thing.
America's.
Just say yes or no. I want to know right now. Are you taking Dallas -3? $40.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Guaranteed. Bring it to the bank.
And then another 40, I'll take San Francisco.
Yeah?
10-1.
Sorry.
We got to give me that 10. It's Super Bowl champions, man.
I'm going back on. Ladies and gentlemen, it is me, your board-certified fantasy football guru, right alongside the hedger, who's counting for nothing. This is Brothers Talk Ball. We will see you on the weekend, coming into the weekend games. For this man here, anybody wanting to send him directly to him. Scott Walker, Facebook.com, Watermelon Wednesday. That's him. I have nothing to do with it.
All jokes aside, we are
sir.
starting a GoFundMe page. We want to get Daryl off the fucking Lipitor. We want to get him on a clean living. We just need $5 each. It's $5 each. And I think we can get him some salad.
He was absolutely right about those concussions.
We're going to try our best. So please.
Absolutely right about the concussions. We will see you on the weekend. Have a good week.
Into the Traillands Power Hour. I'll have the link for the GoFundMe.